Some of the most dangerous fighters in the world don't even look strong. They're not massive bodybuilders, and they don't always have huge arms. But the second they grab someone, you feel it. That dense kind of strength, the kind that comes from years of brutal conditioning. And here's the weird part. A lot of Chechen fighters build that power using very simple exercises most gym guys completely ignore. No fancy machines, no mirror muscles, just raw pressure, toughness, and control. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 exercises that can make even a skinny guy feel frighteningly strong. And trust me, the final exercise is the one most people quit after just a few seconds. Let's start with the first exercise, because this one already explains why Chechen fighters feel so different when they train. Knuckle push-ups. Now at first glance, this just looks like a harder version of a normal push-up. But once you try it, you immediately understand why fighters use it. The second your knuckles touch the floor, your body is forced to become tighter and more controlled. Your wrists have to stabilize, your fists take pressure, and your forearms start working overtime just to keep you balanced. And this is something a lot of Chechen fighters and old-school combat athletes focus on. They don't only train for size, they train for durability, for pressure, for that dense type of strength where even a skinny fighter feels unbelievably solid when he grabs you or pushes against you. A lot of regular gym workouts build visible muscles, but fighter training is different. It builds connection through the whole body. That's why knuckle push-ups are so powerful. They strengthen the wrists, toughen the hands, improve forearm endurance, and teach your body how to stay strong under tension. Even wrestlers and martial artists have used variations of this movement for decades because stronger wrists and fists can completely change how stable and powerful you feel during contact. And trust me, if your hands start shaking during the first few reps, that's completely normal. Most people quit too early because the movement feels uncomfortable at first. But that discomfort is exactly what starts building toughness. Start slowly. Even 5 clean reps are enough in the beginning. Over time, your body adapts, your knuckles become stronger, and your upper body starts feeling harder instead of just bigger. Now this next exercise looks a little strange the first time you see it. In fact, most people completely ignore it because it doesn't look like a normal gym movement. But the second you try Bulgarian bag spins, you realize why fighters love it. This exercise is brutal in a different way. The bag swings around your body while your shoulders, core, grip, and lungs all fight to keep control at the same time. And after just a few seconds, you start feeling something most machines never train properly: rotational power. That twisting strength fighters use during wrestling, grappling, clinches, and explosive movement. And this is where Chechen fighter training becomes really interesting. A lot of fighters from wrestling-heavy regions develop this awkward type of strength that feels impossible to deal with. They can pull, twist, pressure, and control people from weird angles without looking overly muscular. That doesn't come from bench pressing all day. It comes from functional movements that force the entire body to work together. That's exactly what Bulgarian bag spins do. Your grip starts burning, your shoulders get tested, your core has to stabilize every rotation. Even your conditioning improves fast because your body never truly gets to relax during the movement. And the scary part is, you don't even need heavy weight for this exercise to humble you. A lighter bag with clean, controlled spins is already enough to gas most people out. There's also a reason combat coaches love rotational training so much. In fighting, power rarely moves in a straight line. Real force usually comes from twisting, turning, pulling, and exploding through angles. That's why some skinny fighters hit or move with shocking force despite not looking huge. And if this movement feels awkward at first, good. That usually means your body is learning something new. Stay patient. Your coordination, endurance, and control improve surprisingly fast once you stick with it. But now we get to the exercise that separates casual training from true fighter conditioning. Because there's one body part elite wrestlers and Chechen fighters take extremely seriously. And most regular people never train it at all. Alright, this final exercise is probably the one that scares most people the first time they see it. The neck bridge. And honestly, there's a reason for that. The moment you try it, you realize this is not normal gym training anymore. This is old-school fighter conditioning. A lot of Chechen fighters, wrestlers, and grapplers treat neck strength almost like armor. Because in combat sports, a strong neck changes everything. It helps you resist pressure, absorb force, stay balanced during grappling, and keep control even when someone is trying to move or break your posture. That's why fighters with powerful necks often feel unbelievably difficult to control, even if they don't look massive physically. And this is something most regular gym lifters completely ignore. They train chest, arms, abs, shoulders, but the neck almost never gets attention. Meanwhile, many combat athletes spend years strengthening it because they understand how important it becomes during real physical contact. Now, when you first try the neck bridge, go slowly, seriously. Even holding yourself for a few seconds is enough at the start. Your neck muscles, spine stabilizers, upper back, and even your core all start working together immediately. And trust me, this movement humbles people fast. Most people quit after one attempt because the pressure feels uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is part of what builds toughness. Over time, your neck becomes stronger, your posture improves, and your entire body starts feeling more connected and stable. There's also an interesting reason fighters take neck training so seriously. Studies on combat athletes have shown that stronger neck muscles may help reduce excessive head movement during impacts and collisions. That's one reason wrestling cultures and fighter communities have trained the neck for generations, because real fighter strength was never only about muscle size. It's about pressure, control, endurance, and toughness when your body starts getting tired. So if you really want that Chechen fighter type of strength, stop focusing only on looking bigger and start building a body that feels powerful under pressure. Do these exercises 2 to 3 times per week. For knuckle push-ups, do 3 sets of 10 to 20 reps. For Bulgarian bag spins, do 3 rounds of 20 to 30 seconds each direction. And for the neck bridge, start with 10 to 20 second holds for 2 or 3 sets and slowly improve over time. At first, these exercises may feel uncomfortable, but that's exactly what starts building real fighter toughness. Stay consistent, focus on clean form, and give your body time to adapt. Over time, you'll notice your body feels stronger, more stable, and harder to move around physically. And trust me, the strongest fighters are not always the biggest ones. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, drop a like, and share it with someone who wants real fighter strength. See you in the next video.